All right, YouTube Studios live. There. We are officially live, y'all, folks.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I already got a thing in Zoom saying that we're live.
But, oh, yes. Let me do that. Is my video on?
It is. Angle your
All right, we're starting
up.
out with a train. Sound like JJ's podcast.
Angle your screen up just a little bit. Very
What?
slightly. Angle your screen up just a very little bit. Up. Slight bit more.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right, y'all. We're live, folks. So this is awesome.
I just need to make one quick change.
What are you doing?
I need to change my sounds to come out of my headphones because Apple's deciding it's not going to follow that. So let me fix that.
If you're in chat, say hi. What? What?
It's coming through my computer again. Hang on a second.
It's Poppin' J with JJ Meta, according to Zach Morris in chat. Yeah, I was called Zach JJ. What a classic start, y'all. Sorry for the internal microphone I'm using on my M1. My V-Moda boom mic has had an issue. So.
But we'll get it fixed. It won't be too much of a big deal.
No.
And, we're here, so.
We are. So, are we ready to kick this thing off? Because we've got a ton to talk about tonight.
Oh, we certainly do.
Oh, my goodness. It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's the part of the week I always look forward to.
Yep, me too. So, if y'all are in chat, again, say hi. I know Zach's watching. Do we have anyone else? And if you're watching after the fact, maybe you didn't catch us live, that's okay, too. Feel free to comment down below, and we will respond to your comments.
Yep. So this is another Techopolis live episode. I think we're on episode 11.
We are on
right?
episode 11, yes.
And I'm Michael.
And I'm Taylor.
And we're here yet again to talk tech with you folks out there in YouTube land and beyond.
And podcast land. Once Michael ever decides he's going to get his podcast feeds to the iTunes
once
store.
Michael gets his act together and gets it done. So yeah, we're back for episode 11. We've been pretty consistent with these streams.
We have. I've been consistent with teardowns, and teardowns are going well if you're not following those. Taylor's Teardowns, and you can also go to taylorstechtalks.com/live to see our latest scheduled live stream available.
Hey, Doug. Welcome to the chat. And
we've got Zach, we've got Doug. All right,
yep.
We've got some folks tonight.
Speech chat is on top of it tonight on the M1.
It's funny that you say that because on mine, speech chat, well, actually, I never could get speech chat to work. What am I saying? Because it was trying to authenticate with your Google Drive, Michael. And because apparently that's connected to the Techopolis channel. And so whenever I tried to get speech chat to set up, it was connecting to your Google Drive, and so it wouldn't actually work.
Well, it's weird because the way you set up speech chat is by then you select your Google Drive, and then you could connect a channel from there. But the funny thing is, on this one, I went and selected speech chat, and it was connected to Accessibly on this computer, so that doesn't make any sense.
I don't know, but anyways, that's beyond this.
Yeah, speech chat is, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah, that is beyond this thing here. So, sorry, I should adjust some settings.
Yeah, Zach, that would be funny.
Now, I'm wondering, why did my Google Chrome just switch voices from Alex to Google TTS? Y'all, and Taylor's if I can speak, that would be awesome. Taylor's Taco Teardowns. Zach, I don't think we're going to have that per se, unless you want to be catering in tacos. That would be nice, catering tacos from
we would totally take the tacos.
we're not that far away.
We all would take the tacos. That would be awesome.
We would. Although Wisconsin's a little bit further to travel from Texas.
Yeah. That sucks.
But me and Zach are kind of almost neighbors. So, anyways, we are starting off with getting way off topic. I don't even know.
Oh, yeah, but that's the whole point of this thing is to have fun and talk about everything. And it's weird because I don't know if you capitalized everything because Alex went way high pitched whenever it got to the Taylor's Tacos teardowns. So that was interesting.
Maybe he had caps lock on. That'd be a classic Michael trick that he played
last night. If you look back at the last stream on this channel, you'll see what we're talking about. Totally
and apparently
awesome.
YouTube Studio was down a while earlier today. And I think it's still having some issues because right now it only says that there's one person watching in chat or one person watching in general. But I actually don't think that's true because we had Zach and Doug. So that's interesting.
Yeah. So if you're in chat, say hello. We'd love to see who else out there. But I think we should get to some tech.
We probably should. I mean, or else we're just going to have to call this episode Taylor and Michael Talk About Whatever They Feel Like.
Well, we do that anyway.
We do that anyway, but it would just be recorded. But let's just talk tech.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting the way speech chat is making Alex talk. But it's working really well. As far as the delay, so it's working really well. I think
because I set it to low latency.
That's good. That's very good.
And that's a tip for y'all YouTube people out there. Set your streams to low latency for speech chat or for any chat, so that way it can come in not as much delayed, and it actually makes it a lot easier to respond to chats via speech. Chat.
To speech chat.
Yeah.
I was looking at my window that I have here, and I had a introducing Zoom apps dialog box.
I've been telling you about that for the last 3 months, Michael.
No, I've known what that is. It's just that I haven't seen that on this computer, and I'm just like, what is in the way of my Zoom window? It's like, that thing.
Right, because you don't use your M1 all the time.
No, I don't. So it was like, I already know Zoom. I already know. But we're not here to talk about Zoom.
Or anything else like that. I mean...
Well, maybe a little bit, because Microsoft sure talked about Zoom a lot today. I was shocked.
Oh, yes, they sure did.
So there was a little bit of a Microsoft event.
Yeah, I would say so myself.
And basically, they went over all the new Surface devices. And they were pretty neat, I have to say.
I do too.
Well, we'll talk about Zoom apps later on, Zach. That is a good topic, though. But I think that Microsoft did some really cool announcements today.
They did.
And tell me if you agree with me on this, Taylor. I feel like Microsoft events are more personable than Apple's events. Apple's events,
I would have to agree.
Apple's events to me are more Hollywood, very much. They've got this down, they've got it acted, they've got it all the way it should. But Microsoft events are more passionate, more personal, and more anything that involves popping of peas, apparently.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're popping peas like a pea.
I know. I need to get a pop shield for this thing.
You've been saying that for a while, Michael.
I know. I have. I will.
Maybe we should order our.
I will order a pop filter when you order a splitter. How about that?
I almost said our stuff, but I'm glad that word didn't come out of my mouth. Yeah, we need to order our stuff together. That way, you'll actually, have it done.
Accountability, right?
Accountability is what it takes.
Yes. So,
apparently you just lost your thought.
Yeah. Yeah, and Zach was agreeing with us in chat about that. And Apple is very polished. They know what they're doing, but at the same time, they I think they've lost some of the personability that goes with their events. Steve Jobs really had that passion. And I believe that Tim Cook feels the passion, but it's not as personal for him.
No.
I feel like it's more of a business thing. And, I feel like Microsoft is very much them building things for them and us. And they're building products that they would want to use, that they know we would want to use. And I think that's what's important, is I feel like Microsoft employees and management don't distinguish themselves from the people that they're serving. And I'm going to use the word serving because I worked in, at the state of Texas for a long time, and I feel like Microsoft is a company of service. They are serving the people they're serving their customers.
Yep.
Apple is providing products to their customers that their customers don't know they need. And both methods are okay, but I just feel like the Microsoft way that Satya brings to the table is that Microsoft is a company of public servants.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really the vibe that I get based on their events. And, I kind of feel like the way that they do presentations is very much how we would do it in state rehab. What are your thoughts, Taylor?
It's funny that you say that. I totally agree. Like, even, taking it back a step, like, whenever I'm trying to deal with, Microsoft in general, right, they have certain procedures, and it's funny because somebody actually said this on something I was listening to today. They're like, it's kind of ran by, like, the government. I'm sorry. It's not ran by the government. Oh, geez, I hope not. Try that again. It's kind of ran like you were going to run a government, right? Meetings, may start at 5 or 10 after the hour to give, more time for people to join, or it just kind of feels like you're, I don't know, in a Capitol building somewhere, and you're in government. Michael, did you catch that chat message? Because I sure didn't.
Yes, I did.
Who was it?
It was Payon.
Oh. We got 4 folks watching, so if y'all are watching.
We were on a roll, and
Payon.
it's so into the moment there.
Yeah.
And then Payon comes in and says, "It's time for me to YouTube bomb y'all."
Oh. And Payon, by the way, your chat message got apparently filtered by the extension, so I only heard y'all, and I was like, okay, y'all, what are you implying here?
Oh, I got the whole thing.
Well, I'm glad somebody did, because I sure didn't. And don't die, Michael.
Right.
Oh,
man.
4 people watching, so if you're in chat, say hi.
Yeah, we're glad you're here.
Yeah.
But
anyways, let's try to get back, because I was kind of on a serious topic, and I want to finish my thought, if I may. Wow.
Oh, no.
Now I sound formal and nonsense, so I'm just going to go ahead and continue my thought.
Did you hear Payon?
Of course I did.
About his tacos?
Yes, let me continue my thought, just or
All
else
right,
I
go
won't
ahead.
be able to get it out of my head. So, like I was saying, I heard this somewhere, right? It's almost like, it's kind of ran like a government agency, right? I kind of felt like, now what am I saying? With Apple events, for example, I'm kind of, or, with state rehab, right? You're kind of in that agent. See. But yeah, there's emotion and perseverance and, personal connections, and I totally lost my thought because of Payon's YouTube bombs.
No, yeah. Well, and Zach. But,
well,
no,
Zach
but
didn't cause a distraction, Michael.
No, but, here's was the last message to come in, but, I know what you mean. And it feels like, and hopefully this will help you get back on your train of thought, but it just feels like, Microsoft is not, I mean, they're in it for the money. Of course, they're a company, but, it kind of feels like, they always do their announcements, and then their CEO, or their president, I don't remember I think he's a CEO.
I think he's CEO. He's CEO.
Satya comes out and gives, I always say, a very profound discussion of everything that they've announced. Yes. And what I also like is that he's not afraid to talk simple, but also techie. He does both in one conversation, and I feel like he sums up what they're working on and puts it in a term, for people to understand, the importance of why they're doing what they're doing, rather than, well, actually, he said that today. He said, yes, he did. Technology for technology's sake will do nothing.
And apparently, Michael, you are now in stereo.
Am I?
You were for like a half split second.
Weird. I don't know why. No. But he said, it will do nothing for, technology for technology's sake is not innovation. And, I think they learned a lot of that from Apple. Yeah. Surface Laptop Studio. Yep. Payon in chat said it was cool when he, went off stage to borrow a device and then showed off the power of that. And I partly think that was scripted, but partly not, because it kind of looked like, he just did the thing. And that's one thing that you don't see at Apple events is because of COVID-19, they're so afraid of being near other people that they don't, go near other people.
Nope.
And now, one thing, and I know in the blind community, the complaints have probably already started. It's probably all rolling downhill by now.
Oh,
no audio description. No audio description at the event. Unless there was a way that I didn't know how to find it.
Nope. I didn't have it either on YouTube. But again, I'm sure that's somewhere on Twitter, in Twitterland.
Mm-hmm. But I still feel like they explained it really well. And they had a very, very long and amazing segment about accessibility in the middle of that presentation.
They sure did.
What was your thoughts on that, Taylor?
I thought it was absolutely awesome. I thought for a company to just, mention accessibility in the same conversation, right, as, general so, super exciting because even though there's no audio description, like I said, there was super, mentions of accessibility, but as well, that they included it without trying to separate accessibility, right? They included it in the same conversations.
Right. And there were some really cool products that were announced.
They were. They were awesome products that were announced.
Like the adaptive kit, that I think is going to be a big thing because it's going to allow anybody to make any keyboard into a large print keyboard, from what I understand from watching the demo today.
But was it any keyboard, though? Because I thought it was only for Surface.
Well, and I kind of feel like that they may have missed the mark there. You know what, Zach? That's actually a good point. I don't know that they do need as much as Apple does, because Apple does a lot of the animations and things that Microsoft doesn't really do as much of.
No,
but back
Microsoft
to what I was saying.
Keeps it simple.
Yeah, they do, and personal again.
Yeah, and you're pee-popping.
I know. I heard that. I'm monitoring my speakers. Oh yeah. I hear it and I cringe every time.
So do I.
Hey, that's nothing compared to what the pop you made earlier with your headphones, but
that was pretty epic.
Yes, it was. It was like boom. I was like, oh god. But basically, I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot with that comment about them being the right size for Surface keyboards, because everybody's going to think, well, they're just for Surface. But a lot of those keycaps are the same size as others. Yeah, Zach. They kind of do. Well, Apple does as well.
Yeah.
But in other ways, not necessarily their video productions. But I think that Microsoft really should have said can work with all keyboards, but they demoed it on a Surface, so everybody's going to be like, well, it's Microsoft, so it's got to only work with the Surface devices.
Right,
and I
that
don't
was my
know
initial thoughts.
but I don't think that because he also referenced the lanyard, and they didn't mention a Surface laptop. They mentioned a laptop that he could open with that. They mentioned the kickstand, but he said that he doesn't now have to use a fork to open his laptop lid. So I think that means that these things are meant for all different devices, not just Surface, because even the Surface devices have different size keyboards. So I think that these are meant for any keyboard that's bigger than, say, a keyboard for the iPad mini.
Right, but they should have been more clear about that.
Agreed. So, Taylor, what was your favorite Surface device actually released today?
The Studio.
The laptop Studio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I'm a creative and all that stuff. But here's what my thought was. Like, oh yeah, I do video editing and stuff, but I'm like, y'all, there's not a good video editor that's accessible on Windows, and thus, you can't run Final Cut on Windows, and so, I'm sorry, but...
there's Reaper. It can do videos,
Reaper, oh my gosh. To try to do hardcore video editing like we're doing, Michael, you don't know how much of a pain in the rear end it was, and to even set it up. And if you haven't seen that video tutorial, which Sure, you can go see it if you really dare yourself to. I did a video editing tutorial on Reaper, and it's doable. But the thing is that if you're going to do advanced things, or you're going to do things that may require, different abilities, or you're going to render a video that's more than 2 minutes long, and you want it to be rendered in a reasonable amount of time, well, Reaper didn't meet some of those boxes.
Well, also keep in mind, and I don't know if people know this, but the Surface Laptop Studio, that's kind of a tongue twister.
A mouthful.
It starts, folks, at 16 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, and that's awesome.
16 gigs. It goes up to 32. And the most expensive one of those things is not that expensive. It's like $3,500 probably at the most. So it's not bad. I mean, I know that sounds bad, but that's not bad compared to the Surface Book and a few other devices. So, it's not a bad priced computer. You get a touchscreen. It can go into all angles. Like you can put the screen face up. You can put it face down. You can put it like a laptop. You could even just angle the screen and write on. And it's a touchscreen. And unlike the Surface Book, they're not skimping on the wattage on the CPU, folks. You're getting the full Intel CPU because it's not in the tablet. It's not in the clipboard. So, yeah, you're getting a fully featured Surface computer. And I might actually buy one of these eventually. This might be my next gaming PC.
Really? Really? For gaming?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Gaming and development, yeah. It might be. And it has Thunderbolt 4 through USB-C. And, yeah, it's pretty nice, folks. That's really all the Windows PC you need. And there we go. Michael just talked himself into one.
Oh. Apparently, and again, sorry if y'all hear my typing. I'm not in the internal microphone, and Chrome keeps, refreshing itself. So I have to, focus chat, or else it won't read, so I apologize. It's super annoying. Every, 5 minutes it does this. So, I apologize if you're hearing a bunch of typing.
It hasn't. I haven't heard too much, so I think you're all right.
I didn't hear that message, but yeah.
I didn't hear a message at all. Did a message come in?
Well, you said something about Michael. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant Payo in a chat, not you.
No, I was talking about myself.
Oh yeah, I think you did convince yourself to buy one.
Yes, I did.
But you're gonna buy an iMac first, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna be too confident. I'm gonna be upgrading it's gonna be expensive. I'm gonna be upgrading my whole line of computers when they come out. The 16-inch MacBook model for mobile development, the iMac, and that thing, and then I will sell everything else that I have, and I will call it good.
This is going to be an expensive purchase.
Yeah, but I'll also be selling a lot of my stuff too. So that will recoup a lot of those costs.
Yeah.
So I'm just a big fan of what we've got. Microsoft has come out with some great stuff. And I guess, we should talk about the other stuff they talked about. The Surface Pro 8, that's not a bad little tablet, and it looks like it uses USB-C now instead of that Surface charger.
That's helpful.
It has the kickstand. It has all the things. It looks like a different design, but, faster processors. They'll come with Windows 11 and all the things. They also announced the Surface Go 3, smaller Surface Go, the same size like the 10-inch. All the type covers, faster USB, more battery, all the things. Yeah, there's the Ocean plastic mouse, according to Payon, that will do. I saw a USB-C port used, Zach, on their ad, but they do have a new mouse that's made from, I believe, 20% of Ocean plastics. It's the Microsoft Ocean mouse thing. They have a new pen that has less pee popping than what I do.
That's good, at least, because there's not really a high standard there.
The Surface Studio laptop is going to retail starting at $1,600 or $1,700, one of the two. I think it's $1,600, which is not bad for 16 gigs of RAM and 256 gig hard drive.
No,
it's not bad at all. I don't remember what this. I haven't looked up the Surface Pro 8's cost.
No, and in terms of the charger.
Yeah,
he's saying corrected. Okay.
Yeah. And they have this new pin that they're announcing, and it's supposed to add vibration as you use it on Surface devices to simulate like really rubbing a pin over some like a desk or like a piece of paper or whatever you're using it on, which is neat. I still say the Apple Pencil will probably still be the best in class in that. And there's actually, I don't know if you know this, Taylor, but there's ways to use the Apple Pencil accessibly in Apple apps.
Really? Explain.
So one of the things, if you want to draw, you can use, in the Notes app, you can actually put a ruler down on the page. You can actually find that ruler with VoiceOver, where you can drag your finger, find the ruler, and then put one finger down on the screen, and then start drawing at your finger with the Apple Pencil. Pretty cool, huh?
So, have you ever done it?
Yes, I have. That's how I know you can. I've only seen that in the Notes app, but it is a way that you can draw using the iPad. It's pretty neat. So, the Microsoft, I don't remember what they call that pen, but it's neat. But I don't know. And it's also neat that it does charge under the device. That's kind of nice. But they have the mouse. They have the pen. We talked about the adaptive kit, the Surface Pro 8, the Surface Go. Now, one of my favorite devices that they announced, and I think if I couldn't buy an iPhone, the phone I would probably buy would be the Surface Duo 2. That is a beast of a phone.
So does that run TalkBack?
It does. It does on both screens. And it has some visual things that just look amazing. It has a little bar on the side of the phone when it's folded up that will show the time, the battery, and other things, which I absolutely love better than an on-screen display. That just really, that's such a small thing, but it just, wow. It has me impressed. And then, you can open it to all these different angles and things like that. I was very impressed with it. And it has universal clipboard like the iPhone does with Apple computers. And it has a universal clipboard with Windows machines.
Ooh.
I know, right?
Yep.
So, wouldn't it be cool if you could do Universal Clipboard with that in Windows 365?
That would, but at the same time, I can already do that already with my Mac.
Yeah, you can.
And my iPhone.
Yep. But I just think it's really neat. I think it's really, like, the ecosystem they're trying to build is worth what they're trying to do. And I know a lot of people are really salty about the older Windows devices losing support in Windows 11. I think that's just one of those things that, it's going to be gone with the times, and it's time to upgrade to get in this new ecosystem if Windows is really your jam.
I think so as well.
Oh, that would be cool. Payon said he thinks that Universal Clipboard might be an Android thing with the Your Phone app on Windows.
That is an interesting thought.
Mm-hmm. And if you could give me just a moment, I need to make some adjustments to my system because my headphones batteries are getting low, according to it.
Okay, so I'll continue to just talk.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's an interesting thought, Payon. And the thing is, y'all, is that I can, be able to do, the Android. I'm sorry. I can be able to do the stuff with Windows 11 on the, geez, I don't even know what I'm saying. No, you can't install Windows 365. We already figured that out last week. But it would be cool once we can to see how that goes, and using the Universal Clipboard for my Mac, and literally it goes pasted on my Windows 365 computer. That would be interesting. But yeah, Your Phone app will be definitely interesting. We'll see what happens, and we'll see if I can get that connected with my Pixel. Okay, yeah, that sounds good, Payon. Let me know what your results are if you're doing that, on Discord or whatever.
Yeah, we'd love to know.
Yeah, we'd love to know.
When you never can find a charger when you need it. That's always the fun thing,
you never can find a dongle when you need it either.
All right. You want to talk about that for a minute?
Sure. So slightly changing topic, y'all. Let me just make one statement clear. Video editing takes up a crap load of space, y'all.
Yeah, it does.
I'm telling you now, y'all, if you're going to do any video editing whatsoever for any capacity at all, then you, my friend, are going to need to get yourself an external hard drive or some other way of handling your crazy long uncompressed video archive footage. So let me tell you something. Do you want to know the easiest way to fill up your 512 M1 Mac? I can tell you that the easiest way would be to get Final Cut Pro or iMovie or some video editing application, or that, even Premiere would probably do the same thing. And literally do a bunch of editing, and soon enough your archive library will be about 50 gigs or whatever I said earlier, Michael. And you will have filled up your M1 Mac. And if you think this is all fantasy, well, you all are wrong, because this is exactly what happened to me the other day. So I got myself an external hard drive, which actually I already had around the apartment because I won it from some drawing a while back, I think at State Convention. So I had an external hard drive, and I had to go get a cable, so I was able to get that cable today. But what my procedure is going to be is I'm going to use that external hard drive and do all my editing, and then obviously back up the raw footage there, and then what I will do from there is use Google Drive to store the final versions, because here's the thing. Some of my raw video content was like 10 or 12 gigs. One time I had a live stream, y'all, and you wouldn't believe how big it was. 34 gigs of raw footage. Holy smokes. 34 gigs of raw footage. I am telling you what, y'all. That is pretty insanely ridiculous. So, The moral of this story is that Final Cut Pro is awesome. That's one thing. Also, you're going to need an external hard drive. And I have a video on Taylor's Tech Talks about accessible Final Cut Pro tips for screen reader users. Y'all should check it out. It's my edited live stream that I did the other day. And I'm going to be doing more streams like this as well. Or more videos, I should say, about Final Cut Pro. But literally, y'all, I can edit my videos independently using Final Cut Pro. I can enhance my audio. I can do some color correction. Whether it's actually good or not is a debatable question, because I one time made myself look like I don't even know. I made myself look very, very illuminated. I'll just say that much. So that is kind of what I would say there, is that it's very accessible. And again, feel free. If you're not subscribed to Taylor's Tech Talks, you need to go do that. TaylorsTechTalks.com/YouTube will bring you into Taylor's Tech Talks. And that will allow you to subscribe to my channel, and you can see all my awesome videos, and I've also got some playlists as well. But if you're interested at all in YouTube, even if you don't have money for Final Cut, that's okay. If you have a Mac or even an iPad or iOS devices, you can use Imovie. And so if you're not familiar with Imovie, it's kind of that way. Zachary Morris asks, is Final Cut's accessibility better than Imovie? You know what, Zach? I honestly think that they're the same. Actually, I'd probably argue that Final Cut has a few more unlabeled buttons than Imovie. But that is simply because Final Cut has a lot more features than Imovie. But again, I wouldn't go spend $300 on Final Cut unless you're absolutely devoted to it, right? But I would say Imovie is a good place to start. Michael, are you back?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Good. And, one of the things I would like to point out is that it may have some problems, some unlabeled buttons, but if you have an M1 Mac, it may be able to use screen recognition and all those kind of features to tell you what those buttons are.
And it will. But it's totally workable, y'all. And I'm saying there's keyboard shortcuts for everything. So Command 1 will go to the inspector and the library and the organizer, and then I can go to effects, and I can go to all these different sorts of things.
I'm really excited about this setup because, if this happens, if my batteries are low, I'm on my M1 Mac, and yes, one of the problems with this machine is it has 2 USB ports. One of them is taken up by the microphone. Usually I would be charging this thing, but I let this thing sit on the charger for about 30 minutes, or 45 minutes, and it already has a good amount of charge, and that will last me well beyond the length of this podcast. So I just hook in the cable for my headphones, and I'm charging those while and they're actually on Bluetooth, folks. I am listening to this on Bluetooth, and then I have my USB-C microphone hooked up, and I am in good shape.
So you're not using your AirPods Max, are you?
I am, actually.
You are using your AirPods Max.
I'm using them on Bluetooth, and I have the microphone set to my USB-C ATR 2100X, and my output device is just set to Bluetooth headphones.
Ah, okay.
And there's very little delay if I notice it at all.
That is interesting.
Mm-hmm. So even if I'm not plugged in directly, this system always works. And so AirPods Max for the win.
I would say that so myself.
But you've got a good thing going with your Surface headphones too. Those are very good headphones.
Oh no, they're awesome. I was just saying I like, well, except that I need to get a splitter.
The only thing about the Surface headphones is they are, they are not the slimmest. Yeah, it is, Zach. The Surface headphones are not the slimmest looking headphones. They're kind of big and bulky. That's the only thing about them that I personally don't care for. But, they work as good headphones.
Don't you have a pair?
I do. I haven't used them in over a year. Actually, the pair that you have are the Surface headphones 2. The ones I have are the 1.
Right, and these are actually a little bit better, I think, so.
They look about the same, actually, as far as design.
Okay.
But I'm sure yours sound better.
Oh, immensely. Immensely.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and, going back to the Microsoft event, the new technology that's that's possible is what's really amazing to me. Like what we can do. That's why I love to watch these events and things like that.
Yeah, I would agree myself.
The reason why we do this show is because Taylor and I are both. It's all about the tech, right?
It is.
We live for new tech and new things to play with. Like one of the things that I want to get is a Raspberry Pi 4. That's going to be another purchase. The nice thing about that it's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
So I would like to get one of those and play with that. I have a 3, but new stuff. One of the things and we may do, what I might do is do this on Techopolis Live next year. I want to start building a new server computer. That would be fun.
Well, maybe Michael thought, could we possibly do that when I maybe come into Austin?
Yeah, we could probably do that.
That way we could take some live shots and have it a day.
And what we'll do is build it up from the ground up and then eventually put more and more parts into it.
Yeah. But I would say if, we could get that together, right?
That'd be fun.
That would be really fun.
Yeah, it would. Whenever I was young, before computers really got to be as quiet as they are, I used to fall asleep to the sound of server fans. I had these huge towered cases with these like 120 millimeter case fans. And those things were loud and bright because they were LED fans. And so I'm like, you know what? I miss having a big server tower around like that, just with all that amazing computing power.
I do definitely have access to one. Remember when I'm in that room?
Yeah, I used to have I had one with like 2 CD bays that were in there like for CD drives and like 4 to 6 hard drive bays, and a bunch of PCI slots for all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, man, I just want to build one of those, like a newer version, of course, but. I haven't built a machine in a while, and that would be fun.
That would be fun. Again, that'd also be fun to do live while we're in Austin.
Yep. We'll have to make that happen.
We will.
So, yeah. I think that would be a lot of fun. But it's just the fun of building new tech, right? And working on new programs. We're working on a new... We're splitting off Perspective AI into a new app. We'll have Perspective AI come out as well. But I think the first one we're going to be releasing is called Perspective OCR. And that's going to be our OCR app for people to use. And it's going to be, that one's going to be our free version. We'll have some paid features that we're going to add to it later. But it's going to be a document-based app where you could scan whatever you want, from your camera roll to your photo library to your files app to a document picker, and be able to save large documents on your phone from OCR. We already have this in concept, and it's amazing. Wouldn't you say?
I would say myself, it is awesome.
And, it's not just my app. Taylor helped write it, too.
Yes, it's ours.
Yep, it is a combined effort on this app, and it's pretty amazing. It's really awesome.
I would say so myself.
Yeah, on these servers that I built, these full tower cases I built, the fans only could go full blast. So, yeah, Zach.
So what are you going to use that server
totally
for, Michael? Is that going to be a NAS?
Yeah, a NAS, and just for computing power, and just for general anything we want to use it for, whether it be...
So do you think then, question, so we could always have a shared NAS that's stored like at your, like, or would that be the same effect as having Google Drive and taking forever?
This would be...
Because you could open it up to the World Wide Web and have everyone be able to upload it.
Right, we could do that. But again, the thing with Google Drive is, it's limited to how much space you own. With this thing, we could put,
That's what right. And that's the thing. My question was, could we both use a NAS from a remote location and upload our nonsense all the way up to that NAS in that in Austin and have it be there for all of our editing footage?
Yes.
That was my question.
Or we could also use that to run Node.js apps along with the Mac that we have from Mac Stadium.
Well, of course,
or we can, do anything we want with it.
Of course, but that was just my initial thoughts on that portion, because
we could use
and
it.
that way I could back up the external hard drive every week or so.
We could put I'd love to get 6 to 10 terabytes of SSD in there. That will cost a lot, but
you might want to start saving up now, Michael.
Oh yeah, but like I said, we don't have to do it all at once. That's the nice thing.
No, I know.
Put 16 to 32 gigs of RAM in there. Yeah. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
So yeah, that's going to be a project. What was the other thing I was talking about?
I don't really know.
Shoot. I was on about something.
Must not have been that important.
I know. It usually isn't. But going back to it, that I love all this stuff. It doesn't matter what kind of tech project I'm working on. I just love it. To me, it's all fun.
Oh, yeah.
And, sometimes you even get paid for it. So that's always great, too.
Yep.
And there's a lot of things you could do with having a server and that kind of stuff. Wow.
Yeah, and then he also had a problem where part of his server room caught fire a while ago. Did you ever see that video, Michael?
No.
Yeah, because the technicians didn't install it properly.
Wow.
So part of his server room caught fire.
I like his channel though. He's great.
Oh yeah. He is
but
awesome.
It's you think it's a house, but no, that's much bigger than a house. He
literally legit has an office. He has an office. He has his own facility because he has a whole team. I mean, it's not just his house.
Yeah, it's huge. And
Linus Media Group is no joke. That's literally their actual company name.
I think they actually are part of a bigger group now, a bigger company. I think they were purchased.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I think I remember
hearing that. Who knows? We could be like them someday with YouTube.
Right?
That would be cool. Just saying.
I think that would probably happen with Taylor's Tech Talks first, but
Oh, you think so?
Because
especially
your channel's
after what
awesome.
I just won last night.
Yeah. You won a big thing from
Vid Iq.
Yeah.
So y'all Vid Iq is awesome because basically what it is, it's a YouTube helper tool. So they'll help you optimize your videos for SEO, search engine optimization, keywords, titles, with thumbnails. They even have a thumbnail generator or something in the Boost plan, Michael. I don't even know what the world that is about, but I just happened to see it when I was looking at it.
That's neat, and we'll have to see how that works.
So what is this basically? So here's what happened. I was in a clubhouse room, and some of y'all might have been in this clubhouse room, and of course I was like, holy, you know what, in a clubhouse room. It's like, y'all, I just won a big prize. So remember that Final Cut video that I did on Saturday or Sunday when I bought Final Cut Pro? The problem is that I apparently scored big because when I used some of their tags or something, I was a lucky winner somehow. And I won when I used their AI code. I'm sorry, we're not doing with code here. Key generator thing. So basically they have an idea generator where they will generate you video ideas based on what's been popular on your channel. And actually one of the videos that suggested I need to do, Michael, is how to do FTP and VS Code, which is an ingenious idea. But
no joke.
Here's the thing, y'all. This is Daily Ideas, it's called. It's in Vid Iq. And if you want to know more about Vid Iq, you know what you guys can do. TaylorsTechTalks.com/live, Monday, 8 Eastern. We're doing a teardown. and I posted about it on Twitter, Taste Tech Talks. But basically, I was the lucky recipient of Vid Iq Boost. So they have a couple different plans. Vid Iq Boost is the $40 a month, $50 a month plan, their most expensive plan. And normally I wouldn't pay for that because I'd be like, why do I need all those features? That's ridiculous, especially my YouTube channel isn't monetized yet, which I hope it will be soon. Let's get a goal next summer, y'all. Next summer, Taste Tech Talks. Taste Tech Talks? Michael, maybe my channel should be renamed Taste Tech Talks. Anyways, just a thought, because I keep saying Taste Tech Talks, but that's the only Twitter username that was
that's
available.
your Twitter.
Right, and my Facebook. Taylor's Tech Talks was taken. Maybe that actually, Michael, might not be a bad idea. Just saying.
Let's think about it. Let's think about it.
I'm getting way off topic, because there is another Taylor's Tech Talks, and they do get ahead of me in search results. But everyone calls me Tay anyways. So my point here was that I won that plan, and I'm like, holy just Jesus, right? So meanwhile, it's about 10 o'clock at night at this point, y'all, last night, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just won a huge prize. Over $600 worth in value or something, I don't know. 50 times 12, do the math yourself. And I was like, whoa. So now I have all these awesome features. Like I've got, Keyword Explorer stuff, and I've got these daily video ideas like the one I just said to Michael not too long ago, which I really need to do now. And I've got all these different ideas, and I've got all these different tools and these, description. It'll say, hey, use these things in your description. One of my videos is optimized 81% for SEO now, which is awesome. And I've been able to, boost this up and see how it is. Like I said, I've only had it for less than 24 hours. And I've been getting like 12 views an hour.
My Android phone is ringing, and I don't know.
So
why.
have that as you will. But y'all, if you want to see more of that Taste Tech Talk, I did it again. Taylor's Tech Talks. .com/live Monday 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, and 5 Pacific. We are going to be tearing down Vid Iq, and it's going to be epic. I'm going to be showing you all the features of the Chrome extension. I'm going to be showing you everything I like, everything I dislike, and everything that needs to be improved for accessibility. It's going to be great. So y'all should be there, because if not, you are missing out on some truly spectacular madness. Because it's going to be wonderful. I'm going to show you everything. And maybe you don't have a YouTube channel, or maybe that's like too expensive. Well, don't worry, because they have a free plan. So you could even get a YouTube channel yourself and start, if you always wanted to do a YouTube channel. vidIQ's got an awesome free plan that you can take advantage of too. So you don't have to have these expensive features. I am just doing the review because I was the lucky recipient, right? And I'm super thankful for that. And apparently next week is also Vid Summit for YouTubers. And I'm not in Los Angeles, but apparently vidIQ is telling me that you can actually go virtually. And I'm going to see if there's any sessions that are free, because I'm going to go snap up any one of those things that I can. But that is my little rant. So, and I almost did it again. TaylorsTechTalks.com/live will bring you to the Taylor's Tech Talks YouTube schedule, and it will bring you whenever the next scheduled broadcast is on the channel. So, I am done with that rant, Michael.
All right. So basically, we also found out today that there's some changes afoot in the WordPress world.
There is.
So, and I don't know if they're all good.
I really don't think so. I'm really genuinely concerned at this point.
So, Easy Digital Downloads, which is a plugin I've used for years and years and years,
so have I.
Has been purchased by another plugin maker who makes things like WP Forms.
Another plugin. Let's rename that, Michael. Another plugin making conglomerate.
Mm-hmm.
They're a massy? That is not a word. They're a nasty conglomerate of plugins, and yeah, some of their plugins are great, but man, I interacting with them on Twitter and stuff, I have a bad taste in my mouth. And apparently we've got some babies crying. Okay, hashtag.
Yeah, they're sad. They're totally sad about this too.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure. Yeah, we got some kids crying. Have a hashtag apartment life, y'all. But I'm sure they think I'm all crazy. They probably have no idea who lives next to them. Because I'm like a YouTuber. But anyway, or, streaming. They're probably like, what is she doing talking to herself? But they probably don't realize that I'm on camera. Although, it was funny because I was on another stream and maintenance came in. And they almost got on camera. So that was fun. But, yeah, so either way, I have bad taste in my mouth, Michael. What are your thoughts?
I think it's too soon to know. I think that my opinion is as long as they let the developer do their thing and keep making the plugin, that would be fine, but I have a feeling that's not how it's going to go.
No. Usually what happens with these things, y'all, and this is what happens with web hosting companies, for example, with EIG, Endurance Group International or something to that effect. What happened is they bought all those web hosts, right? Bluehost and HostGator. Not that I like any of those things, but here's typically what happens in this industry. A big conglomerate will buy up this small little fish in this pond. And when they buy them up, they will gut their teams, they'll gut a lot of the stuff like the support and they'll try to reduce it. And then what they try to do is they try to integrate it within their own stuff. And then what happens is then it's their way or the highway because they basically bought this plugin and they do whatever the heck they want. So what does this usually mean for us? Probably higher prices, or maybe they'll incorporate it, or maybe they'll get rid of it altogether and put it in their own thing, or who knows? There's just a myriad of things, but knowing that Easy Digital Downloads has a free plan, I'm kind of afraid how long that free plan is going to last. I mean, WP Forums still has a free plan, right? But obviously we've seen what they've done, and we also know their commitment to accessibility. Do we want to talk about that? Hardly any.
Yeah, right.
Anyways. Yeah, I just have a very bad taste in my mouth. Because, again, this happened with the Yoast SEO, and what did I do? I switched to Rank Math.
I love that plugin.
Oh, my God, it's awesome. And if you haven't seen Taylor's Teardown, episode 4, we did a Rank Math teardown, and y'all should check it out.
Yep. Actually, you should check out all of the teardowns because they are kind of amazing. They're
in podcast format as well. So.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? I think we should continue on a lighter note, and I'm totally gonna make people jealous when I say this, but my iPhone 13 Pro Max comes on Friday.
It does.
And guess what we're gonna be doing on this channel?
We're gonna be doing an unboxing. And Michael, I also thought about this. When we do the unboxing, I actually may strip an unboxing. No. I may put up a video on Taylor's Tech Talks of it. I might do some things to it, but I'll say Taylor and Michael, or whatever. Taylor's Tech Talks helps. Basically saying let's unbox an iPhone 13 featuring Michael Dowies and blah 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 blah. And I actually might
as a collaborative video.
What?
As a collaborative thing.
And I might actually repurpose that and edit it and make it all look nice. I actually am thinking about doing that.
Awesome. And then we could probably get a thumbnail from the video and make it look good with our new Canva Pro subscription that we're trying out.
Yes. And so that's kind of my thoughts. And it's not like I love video editing because honestly, Final Cut kind of makes it fun. But I'm also trying to test my new setup because I want to make sure that whenever I get footage, it will actually work. So not only for that reason, but I also want to test something else. I can do timestamps now, y'all. So, those YouTubers that have chapters? I'm going to be one of them. So, You can skip to parts of the video that you want, which is going to be awesome. And I am saying that I feel like I'm an official YouTuber now. Just saying.
Yep. Well, you are. And because you have a lot of subscribers.
I do. And let's try to get that up to 270. I'm at 266. Let's go a little bit higher than that. We want to get to 300 by when, Michael?
I think we should try to get to 300 by let's be nice and shoot for October 10th.
October 10th. We need to get to 300. So you know what that means, y'all. Let's subscribe to Taylor's Tech Talks. Not just because you want to subscribe, but because you like the content. Because I'm sure if you're on this channel, I'm hoping that you also like Taylor's Tech Talks. Because we do a lot of the same things. I do a lot of educational videos, and Michael does a lot of gaming. But we're also featured together a lot. And so if you like us, then I'm sure you'll like Taylor's Tech Talks. And I've got a lot of cool teardowns and things. So definitely subscribe to both channels.
my gaming videos are, yes, gaming, but I also, like, we've actually done a lot of technology discussions during this as well.
And in fact, they're not just gaming, but Michael, maybe you need to do some, like, I have an idea. Let's talk tech and game with Michael, or talking tech and gaming, or something. I don't know. Basically, where you're doing gaming, but you're also talking tech.
I think we're going to call those Techopolis Gaming as the show for the thumbnails that we make.
I think so too.
And then,
you should rename them to be more more SEO friendly.
Yes, and we're going to start doing that.
Which I can help with Vid Iq, because I think I can add another channel, so that'll be great.
That would be nice. And then what we might also do, if you want to hang out while we're gaming and we could talk tech, we may start doing that too if you want.
I actually would absolutely love that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be great.
Would we do a Discord stage?
Probably a Discord stage, yeah. And then, if you want to moderate and bring... Actually, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
I think, Michael, I think that could honestly go viral.
Yeah, I think it could.
I honestly think basically Techopolis Gaming, basically where we talk tech, but Michael also games, but it's literally just a conversation where we talk about the game. But it's not even just like, because obviously I don't play Minecraft, right? I'm just going to say this bluntly. I'm too blind for it right now. I mean, it's not accessible. But here's the thing. I stay around in those streams because we talk tech and we talk, and it's just a fun, relaxing environment. And so I think that could go viral, and that would be different. No other YouTuber, Michael, is doing that.
Yeah, I agree. And, sticking to the gaming thing, apparently, I've been here, and I need to do more research into this, but a very popular game that a lot of people that are sighted play has apparently added accessibility features, and it's called Hearthstone. And it's a Warcraft-based card game.
Huh.
And so I'm wondering if anybody in the audience knows anything about this, or if anybody afterwards would chat us or send us comments or email.
Or tweet.
Or tweet us about this. I would love to know, because any way that there are games that could be made accessible that are mainstream is really awesome.
Yes.
Like there's a game called Hades that's actually a really good game, and I know of blind people that are playing that. I'm not exactly sure how they're doing it.
I wish I knew, but I don't know.
But people stream it on Twitch. And so, I don't know how they do it, but I would love to know. And there are people that play, of course, Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct, and a lot of fighting games that are totally blind. And so that's neat. And then Microsoft, the Garage Gaming Studios, made a game called Ear Hockey, which is like an air hockey game, but with sound only. And that one's actually really neat. If people haven't tried that, I believe it's still in the Microsoft Store, so you can try that out. Actually, I wonder how that one would work on Windows 365, if it would be playable at all. That's kind of interesting.
Maybe that could be a possible stream.
Hey, actually, you know what? That would be fun, Taylor. We should both. I think you could do multiplayer. We should fire up for a stream Windows 365 on both machines, install the game, and actually try to play. That would be kind of fun.
Oh my god, I want to do that like right now.
I need to still get my Windows 365 machine back up after the fail. But we should try that. That would be neat.
So, if you're watching this later on, you might want to subscribe to this channel and both channels, because we're going to have a ton, and I mean a ton, of content coming.
Of new content, yeah.
All the time.
That's going to be fun. We're going to have some cool stuff coming up, folks.
Yeah, and you do not want to miss it.
Nope. Wow, we've been going a long time tonight.
How long have we been going? I'm not even checking the time, although I'm getting blasted on Twitter, so I'm wondering what happened. Not blasted. I'm getting blasted with notifications.
Well, it's about 8:08 your time, 7:08 mine. But
Michael, just say it in Central. We've already gone through this because I'm trying to figure out time. Just say it in Central, and we'll figure it out. Yeah, it's 7:08. So 7:08. Okay, so it's 7:08. We've been going over an hour.
Yeah, and usually by this point we're wrapping up. But this has been a great episode.
I think it's been one of our best, and the whole Taste Tech Talks thing. How about this? Let's take a poll in chat. What do y'all think of the name Taste Tech Talks? if you're in chat, say yes, no, or I hate it, or just something to indicate that you what your thoughts are.
Why don't you run a poll from today through next Wednesday and talk about it on your channel, talk about it on your Twitter and other places, and then next Wednesday next week sometime, you can announce it on your channel if you change it, or we could just say, we're going to keep it the same because everybody thought it stunk, So why don't you do a week-long poll and poll the audience?
Yeah, I can do that. I was just trying to get, because a lot of people may not know who, the reference to Tay, like a lot of people in the audience may know, but not the people on Twitter, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, they know on Twitter because it's your Twitter handle, right? Your username. So
yeah, let's run a poll. I can't run a poll in the community tab because if you want me guys to do that, then I need some more subscribers.
Need some more subs.
So if you guys want me to use a community tab, then you know what you need to do. Get some of your friends and subscribe. We need 500 subscribers in order to use the community tab. So if you want polls in YouTube, then you need to get yourself to get your friends and let's get some subs.
So, the cool thing that I'm excited about is also as an announcement, I'll be scheduling this tonight. We are doing a it looks like Zach has voted Taylor's Tech Talks. But as an announcement, we will be doing a Codecademy chapter meeting this weekend. Taylor, unfortunately, will not be able to be there with us.
Actually, I may be able to if I can swing it. If I can swing it, because I told my family, I'm like, y'all, I've got stuff to do this afternoon, but they're going to actually plan on going to eat at like 5 o'clock, and then I might have to stay the night at their house, but I said, I need to be back promptly before noon Eastern, sharp.
Nice.
Well, I told them that I have Vid Summit next week, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
I need to prepare for Vid Summit because it's going to be awesome. It's where all the YouTubers go and they hang out and they create content. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be in California, but I'm going to be listening virtually.
But at the same time, so Zach said he meant Tay's Tech Talks.
Tay's Tech Talks, yes. Okay, so we've got one vote. Well, let's see.
We'll see how it goes, and then you want to make the announcement next week on our show here.
I can make the announcement, and then it will also be made. I will do a special announcement on Taylor's Tech Talks.
Yep. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But we're going to have a Codecademy thing this weekend, and we're going to do a general Q&A for any programming stuff. And actually, after we finish our episode tonight, we're going to do a Clubhouse room on the Programming for Everyone club on general programming Q&A. We did one of those last Friday night, and it went wonderfully well.
Yes.
So yeah, that's going to be awesome. This weekend, we're going to be working on apps, mainly the Perspective app. We're going to get more features in there. And you know what, Taylor? You want to shoot for a beta test, a test flight this week?
You know what? I think that'd be a great idea.
So I think that would be awesome. We should be able to get the camera and the file picker in there. We won't have the PDF converter, that wonderful, wonderful PDF converter, which is in AI right now, the Perspective AI
app.
That's
fine because it's only an MVP. Remember we talked about this concept of MVP.
Well, it'll be easy to get over, but the test flight, will not have, beta 1 will not have that. But so do you want to explain how the PDF converter happened? Do you remember all that back in January? It's crazy that it hadn't been that long.
I think what happened is I had a whole bunch of documents. I don't remember what they were. Do you remember, Michael?
Books, programming books.
Yes. That I needed for some reason. Why did I need those exactly? Do you remember?
It was some of them were Python, some of them were other things, and so you were trying to learn those.
I was trying to learn something, and I needed to convert these things. Oh, you know what? I think I got them from one of my computer science friends, and they were inaccessible. Mm-hmm. So I was like, hey, let's use Perspective. Well, long story short, we had a PDF converter that could convert over 2,000 pages.
Well, at first we didn't. We had a PDF converter that could convert like 50 pages, and then it would error out.
Right.
And
we stayed up to like 2 in the morning at one point, right?
Yep, we stayed up really late and we tried to work on it. We got it up to like 200 pages and then memory error, 500 memory error. And then I said, you know what? What's the biggest book you have?
Like 2,000.
And Taylor was like, about 1,600 pages. And I said, all right, what we're going to do is make that even bigger by going up to 2,000 pages, and then it will cut off and say, we can't go anymore. So we built a PDF converter that would convert up to 2,000 pages into text in less than about 10 seconds, maybe a little more.
Yes.
So that will be in the Perspective OCR app. And then it will be the app will do all the other things that we've talked about and save your pages to your phone.
Yep.
So, or your computer and eventually your Mac. Yes, this will be a full Mac app, a full Mac OCR app will do, in my opinion, the same as what Kurzweil 1000 can do in Windows.
Yep.
Multiple pages.
OpenBook, or any of that.
Yes. And you know what? It's going to be free. We'll have an advanced app that can do objects and other things. Nope, it cannot do that. That is a iOS limit. We may be able to have it do more on Mac OS, but iOS will kill it if you try to do more. Well, we can actually make the limit to be whatever we want, but the problem is that we have to force a certain number through the system at a time, and then erase what's in memory, and then allow more to go through, then erase, and so it's more of a manual process.
Yes.
So it just takes forever to build. 2,000 pages, folks, is a lot of pages. Not many more books are above 2,000 pages.
Nope.
If you need to split a PDF, you need to split a PDF. So, I'm really excited about this coming out.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. What'd you say, Taylor?
Yeah, you're telling me.
Yep. So, I'm just really excited about it. This product is going to be great. We've had Perspective in the works for years, and we're going to be having something come out here pretty soon. Also, the neat thing is, if you're a programmer, all the Swift UI stuff is now legit. It's a thing. So, if you are looking at iOS 15 and Swift UI 3, go get it. Go enjoy it. It's out. You can play with it now. There's a lot more features in the language. It's not fully baked yet. I will say Swift UI still has a little ways to go before it could catch up to UIKit and AppKit, but it's getting there.
Yeah, it's getting there.
But you got anything else, Taylor, that you're interested in?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, I think we've talked a lot tonight.
I think we have too. And
it's been a lot of fun. And, I just want to thank everybody for being here. We do this show because, I'm going to be totally selfish and say that, a lot of times we say we do the show for you guys, but we also do it partly for us.
Mm-hmm.
Because we get to sit here on camera and talk about tech and stuff. And it's just kind of fun for us just to unwind from the day or the week. And I kind of combined the word day and week there, and that did not work.
No, it didn't.
And it's just kind of nice just to be able to relax on stream, talk about technology, and share our passion for this stuff with you guys. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. Yes, I would totally agree.
Do you have any thoughts about all that?
Nope.
So, we just enjoy, we enjoy talking tech. And then, we're going to do the unboxing. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to, do it all live on camera, on video, on Techopolis.
Yep, and then we're going to have it also, as like a fully polished video like on Taylor's Tech Talks.
Mm-hmm. So, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming up. So You won't want to miss any of it.
No, none of it.
So, I think that's going to wrap us up today.
I think so too.
And, you can email me at mikedowies@techopolis.online. And Taylor, what about you?
Taylor@tayloraccess.com.
Yep. And I think you guys know by now how you could find us online.
It's all in the description too.
It's all in the description. We say it every time, and you can send us an email if you have any questions, and we'll send you in the right direction. And we're gonna do even more cool stuff than what we've even talked about today. So, I think that this is gonna do it for us, and I'm super excited. And we'll see you next week.
All right, see you guys next week.
All right, bye guys.
Bye everyone.